Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Tower of Guns. I'm Nye.
I'm Mako.
I'm vibrating ominously, and this is the 10 o'clock news. Bum-ba-da-bum.
How did I know that that's what he was going to open with?
How did you know that I was going? That is a very good question.
I knew it was going to be vibrating ominously because he's used that in the past, like, 5 intros in a row. I don't know, I didn't know about the 10 o'clock news bit, but...
Somehow, for some reason, I was expecting, and I'm not wearing any pants.
That too. That's
I'll do that next video.
So, something I find very cool, and the thing is, I've recorded a lot of these very early, so this episode will not actually pop up in a reasonable time around when this event actually happens. But Joe, the developer, was awesome. He has pushed the official patch for fixing the zero speed bug that apparently Mako never had a chance to see, and thankfully will never see again.
Yay!
So, it's done! Yay! Mako, the zero speed bug was a pain-in-the-ass bug that I encountered several times during, because I play only on endless mode, and that seems to be the only place you end up finding it. And the thing happened was that once you get an Uber win, once you beat the final boss, in the Crow's Nest, the Maw, not the other one, once you beat the final boss and are reset back at the beginning of the game, your speed is set to 0. No matter what your speed was previously. And the thing about that was that speed equals 0 does not mean that you cannot move.
It just means you
have
have
no
no
very
bolt.
slowly.
Apparently the fix was adding an unduck check, a tilt check, a jump prohibit check, a physics check, and a failsafe to the cinematics.
And a cheat, too. Did you forget that he added a cheat as well, just in case?
Mm-hmm.
Because he was having... unfortunately, Joe was awesome, and he went back and forth with me a little bit as he tried to figure out where the bug was starting. And from what I understand, it was a bug based on purely just some issues with the Unreal Engine. And I just had a really good time finding that issue over and over and over. So, Joe only was able to replicate the bug once. That was it. He did it... Whoa, hello. I found a secret back here. He was only able to find the bug once, and that was all he was able to do. So he had to add a bunch of different things just in case, because he could never figure out what the actual problem was, as far as I can tell.
Right.
But,
not really his fault, though. I mean, if you can't replicate the bug...
Oh, yeah, and especially if it's an Unreal problem and not his problem, definitely not his fault. He was awesome about it, so... thanks again, Joe, if you're watching these. Very late thank you, given the time frame that I work on, but, there you go.
Man, by the time this thing goes up...
Yeah, by the time this video goes up, it'll have been out for 2.5 weeks. I'm just kind of curious if there are people who are sitting there going, what bug now?
Joe seems like a pretty cool dude. You might actually be able to get him to comment maybe one of these days.
That would be interesting.
That would be really cool if I could.
It's worth asking.
I might have to ask him, yeah. Joe, would you like to get together with me in my slapdash way of recording side commentary and join me and laugh at me failing all the time? Yeah.
Well,
Shoot him an email. Worst that can happen is he can say no.
You'd be surprised. It's
well, no,
free
worst that can
publicity for
happen
him.
is no, I revoke your key, good day, sir.
File a restraining order, yeah.
I mean...
Ooh, pardon me, folks. You could hear that? Well, that was just my root beer saying hi. Say hi back, viewers.
Well, let's keep that inside of you.
The root beer waves.
Which is a sentence I don't want to ever say to you ever again.
I thought you liked that kind of thing, Nye.
Okay, there's a secret in here. It's in this pillar, and I'm trying to remember how you get into it. By dropping. Understood. Okay,
I was going to say alcohol and a little whining, but that works too.
Yeah. So, I am playing...
At least that's always worked for you, Nye.
I am playing with the, hedgehog here, so...
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
There we go. And now we leave again. So I'm playing with the hedgehog. I'm also playing with luck. I have, and also, if to anybody who actually looks at my comments or to the commentator in question, this will tell you exactly how far ahead I tend to record. A commenter, Trance, you remember the, you remember how much I love the battlements, right? that section of level, and I've shown you guys repeatedly getting out of the geometry of the level on that level.
Yes, that one.
A commenter has told me, and the problem is I don't know how far up the actual uploads are, so I don't know if the uploads have reached a point where I'm out of the geometry frequently anyways. But he has told me that there is a secret extraordinarily high up in that section of the level. And so if we can get flight going, we're going to go see if we can explore that today.
So the only way to get that secret
is to not flight as in the feather. Not that type of flight. Flight as in double jumps up and jump height up to the point that I can basically fly.
I was going to say, in other words, flight has in enough jumps to make Mario reconsider his job opportunities.
Hey, Mario only has one jump. I frequently have 20 plus. But,
unless he's wearing that raccoony thing.
True. But I don't think he'd be able to get a run up in these levels.
You've never seen a task run of those games, have you?
Those don't count.
Uh,
I refuse to let those count.
Yeah, probably for the best. They are a thing of beauty, though. Especially, there was a fairly recent-ish one where I think they actually did this at Awesome Games Done Quick. So this was an actual console doing this. They reprogrammed Mario into Pong.
Mm-hmm. I love watching the in-game reprogramming. Ever since Pokemon Yellow got done, people have been popping up on it a lot. Yeah,
because that was what kind of revealed that executes arbitrary code is a thing. And, well, yeah.
Okay, I don't have enough money for that currently, but let's see if I can get enough money for that. Please? Well, that's level 4. Unfortunately, I do not have the 96 coins to get that item down there.
Aw.
Short by 10 by the looks of it.
Yep.
You've got plenty of health. Yeah. Just go to the blood bank at the arcade. Oh, wait.
Oh, right. Wrong game. Oh, well.
Yeah, you should do some Binding of Isaac runs.
I will when Rebirth comes out.
Fair enough.
I was going to say, he's played it to death already, so...
You gotta remember, I have Platinum Godded that game. I have broken it, too. I've done breaking runs. I'm gonna let it sit, and I'll play it when Rebirth comes out. We'll see what happens. I know there's the community update, but
yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I think it was I think Edmund himself actually commented on the Rebirth thing, or not the Rebirth, the community update, that he might add one or two of the items from that into Rebirth.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's Edmund.
I mean, I know the one in question was, is it called the Blood Oath? I think that was it.
I just want to play with the one that's actually in the community.
Ludovico technique?
Yeah, that's the one I want to play with.
Yeah, it does fucked up things.
But there's also, what's it called? Small Moon, I think, is another one that Rebirth's
all
announced.
Your shots orbit you.
Yeah. So there's stuff like that I want to play with. But,
yeah. The interactions between everything are nuts. Like, apparently everything is being programmed to interact, and nothing will just plain break.
Hi. So this was just sitting there.
Cool.
What's that now?
The GG9000. The game is over. I've won.
Oh,
That's
dear.
the best weapon in the game.
Arguably.
It shoots bomb bots.
Arguably.
Yeah.
I will argue that point. There are some guns that I like better.
Well, the Piccolo of Hate is an amazing thing,
that's
too.
one of the ones I'm thinking about. And honestly, I would... This is actually... You know, Trans, you commented the first time I got this weapon about the rarity of this weapon. This is actually the third time I've gotten it, the first time being Cake Town 50.
Where you're guaranteed to get it.
Where you're guaranteed to get it, exactly. So this is actually the third time I've gotten it, twice in times when I'm not guaranteed. So, you know, the
game is just attempting to commit a very complicated suicide, isn't it?
Yes.
Just let me beat it faster, yeah.
Oh my.
Okay, so we're not going to be able to explore anything else in this level, unfortunately, because I don't have double jump yet, which is fine.
Apparently, the way Rebirth is working is everything will work. There won't be any combos that are just null. Now, note, this doesn't mean every combo will be good. Edmund has made it a point to say that he is maintaining the, as he put it, lovely interaction between my reflection and Ipecac, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Which...
But the point is, Brimstone and Mom's Knife actually does something this time.
Yes. Or technology and homing tears.
Mm-hmm. I actually saw that one. That was pretty cool. See, these things, this is what the GG9000 shoots. So you'll understand if I very quickly run away from them. Actually, I hate these things, because any room that has these things, there's a room you get no loot off of, because they don't drop any. So I don't hate them because they damage you, or they're difficult. I hate them because I don't get shit off of them.
I hate you because I can't take your wallet.
Pretty much. So I'm going to go ahead. So I haven't commented on it just yet, but I'll comment on it now. I am using the Cartesian Lattice. It's actually working fairly well for me recently, now that I've actually figured out how it works. So, to reiterate, for anybody who didn't watch the previous episodes, where someone actually looked up the way this thing works, anything caught within the actual bounds of the lasers is damaged. So it works really well on twerps.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of all it does. So I'm doing my damnedest to actually use this item, because it's the item the game has given me. We'll go from there. Because I'm not that much of a fan.
There are very few. I get the feeling there are very few items that are really true lemons. It's just a matter of circumstance and how you use them.
No, I mean, I think there are true lemons. I think there have to be.
That one gun that shoots a pretty lame, just kind of pellet.
Yeah, definitely. I think a game has to have true lemons in it to make the other ones actually feel good. So stuff like the ramp, useful. I have used it to good effect in the past when I didn't have the double jumps to actually do what I wanted to do. But that doesn't mean the thing is good, it just means I was able to use it in an effective manner. There has to be stuff like that, in my opinion, to make everything else seem like it's good. Otherwise, if everything is equally good, then nothing stands out as being really cool. Or really
if everyone is special, nobody is special?
Exactly.
Things I would suggest as being the true lemons. The world's worst missile. Although you could use that for transport, that's pretty much the only real use for it, and it's not very good.
I have actually never used it for that use either.
Yeah, it's just not very good.
What is this? Is that...
The goggles.
No, goggles are really good. I've just never had a chance to actually use them for their intended use. That is what I was hoping for. There we go.
Transdimensional highway. Ooh, I remember this one.
Yep. Teleport to target thing.
Soothing siphon, I'd say, is bad.
If you have... Actually, that one's situational. I'm talking true lemons as in always bad, not, situational bad. Soothing siphon can be particularly good.
Positional reboot switch.
Yeah. That I would consider to be a lemon. I would
The pocket change generator would be amazing for a little while, and then a lemon crapley.
But I don't think you could identify it like that, because it's just like, well, it's always money, you know? And
right, but at a certain point, money is useless.
I don't know if I'd agree with you on that.
It's not useless, it's that you're getting so much that it doesn't matter.
I mean, sure, but you gotta remember, at certain points in the game, there are really expensive shops, and you always want shops.
Right, but I think they cap at like 200-300. Meanwhile, by the end of the second loop, you've got 4,000 or 5,000.
Who's saying what to who now?
Oh, the pellet gun is useful if you use it right.
Okay, you're gonna have to define how right you use it.
Bind use item to your mouse wheel and have a very sensitive mouse wheel and flick the fucker.
That seems less use it right and cheese with mechanics.
the two are sometimes one and the same.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, but okay. Okay, so here's battlements. Unfortunately, I don't have the jumps I need. What I am going to do, however, is if I get to the room in question, and I think I know which room the commenter was talking about, we're using the trans-dimensional highway, and we're going as high as we can. I don't know. That's probably a really bad idea. So, there is a distinct non-zero chance that doing so will get me killed due to fall damage. Because I don't know if fall damage is calculated based on how far you fell or the fact that you fell. I think it's distance. Up to a cap. So...
either A, you find cool thing, yay, or B, we get to watch you kill yourself in an amusing fashion, also yay.
Pretty much.
The only loser here is you.
You kill the monsters, you get the experience, I get the cash. Everybody wins, except for the monsters.
Nobody cares about the monsters.
Fuck them, they're jerks.
Exactly. Have you seen what monsters did to my kid? I mean, seriously. I've gotten over it now, which is why I can say that so nonchalantly. But I mean, it was a hard couple of years.
So, speaking of, Mako, how go your adventures in the land of Nerd and Maxwell with tits?
Remarkably well, actually.
Fair enough.
Maxwell with tits.
You haven't been playing the latest Tales games, have you?
Nope.
I'm essentially walking around with a med student and God incarnated as Jesus with tits.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That Tales of Zillia 1, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have two, but I realized when picking it up that I hadn't actually put all that much time into one, so I thought I'd best I remedy.
Well,
and it's really, really essential.
From what I understand is that Tales of Zillia 2, it has the kind of the character from 1 with a new name.
It's a different character, but...
Like, he uses the same exact weapon style and everything.
Mm.
I never quite beat 1. At a certain point near the end, it just... It suddenly got so tedious and not fun that I just kind of gave up.
Well, that can happen with a Tales game. Like, similarly, I've been on a Tales kick lately, just in general. I have to say, everybody complained bitterly about Symphonia 2. I'm going to just call it Symphonia 2. I can't be bothered to look up the actual name.
Is there not good reason to complain about it? I've always understood there's very good reason to complain about it.
I'm trying to work out what the bitching is, because it's not the same as Symphonia.
I think that's where the bitching comes from.
Yeah, it's not the same game as the first one. Big whoop.
It's a sequel.
Same reason I want to find the people who bitch about the latest Thief game and feed them their own.
Well, when you promise more of the thing that you love and you don't give that promise, I think people bitch.
Well, I don't think they were really promising that. It would be impractical to use to make a game of that particular.
Okay, so where am I now?
That's a good question. It would be impractical to make.
I have no idea where Ow. Okay, that didn't work. So this is one of the two rooms in question. The secret is up there.
Oh boy.
As I said, I need to be able to fly, and I just don't have that ability right now.
Right. To finish my point, I think
it's the other room in question.
I think it's unreasonable to expect that you're going to get a game that's exactly like it was beforehand. It's
not even exactly like. It's completely fuck off different.
It is. Saying
it's completely fuck off different is expecting Thief and getting Contra.
Yeah, it is still Thief. It is Thief with a few modern expectations that, quite frankly, I can't see anybody not wanting nowadays.
Well, from what I was
Isn't
talking...
it basically expecting Thief but getting one of the good Metal Gears?
I don't think it was even that. I mean, I need to still play Thief, so I'm working off of hearsay from a lot of different people.
Well, but for my benefit in this case, what is this hearsay? Because
the hearsay has been things like not having quite as much freedom in Overworld. Like, where is the transmissional highway?
That's how the third game was like. There was no. Although there's a patch fans are working on that's actually really fucking cool. It's almost done. That updates Thief, Deadly Shadow. Is it Deadly Shadow? What was the third one?
Yeah, third one was Deadly Shadows.
They're reworking it to have a kind of overworld and just completely removing loading screens.
There always was, as I said, the Thief games didn't even have an overworld until the third one, and the only reason the third ones was structured the way it was because they couldn't make it any larger with the way systems were at the time. They were building, and I can't necessarily fault them for this, to make so that it could be usable on a could be released on a console, and there's just so much you can make, only so much you can have in one place.
There's a double jump over there that I can't reach, and that's kind of getting me upset.
Because you don't have a double jump.
Well, I used the transdimensional highway, and it sent me to the wrong place.
Sent you off into the distance. I saw that.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the as I said, other than that, like it is functionally a Thief game. It plays exactly like all the other Thief games with all the same mechanics. Hell, they even brought back the rope arrow that people bitched was missing from the third one.
Okay,
that is also available as a mod for Skyrim.
Not only that, but people complain. I've heard people complaining, it's either too easy, too difficult, yada, yada, yada. They set up a system explicitly so you can say exactly how difficult you want the game to be. If you want the game to enforce that you lose the minute somebody notices you're there, you can do that. It has the single most flexible system I have seen for difficulty assignment in a game ever. Oh, you get to go to Hugbot Alley.
Yeah, I'm not killing anything.
Yay. Don't forget, no matter what it is, no matter how awesome it is. Yep.
It's just, I don't know. This is another one of those many, many cases where they got exactly what they asked for and they still bitched.
If I may quote a recipe book from Ben & Jerry's, this is the recipe for our mocha ice cream. Now, the funny thing about this, about half the letters we receive about this ice cream say, hey, your mocha ice cream is good, but it really needs more chocolate flavor. And the other half are, hey, this ice cream's really good, but it really needs more coffee flavor. We've considered matching these people up and sending them each other's letters. That's exactly the problem that happens with games.
Yeah. But, yeah, getting back to the original... Geez, I think you forgot what the original point we were making was.
Thief is awesome as hell. Garrett's one of the best protagonists of all time. Kick-ass Zumi-Eye. And that world needs more games set in it because it's cool as fuck.
I have one complaint about it, and that's not related to the gameplay. It's basically my one complaint is purely like a grognard level. I can't quite work out what they wanted to do with the continuity here thing.
Mm-hmm.
They took the end of the third game was very distinctive, and it seems like they've glossed over a couple of points that were kind of important.
Is the tree chick still alive?
No.
Okay.
That was from the second one.
I thought that was from number...
No.
Wait, which one was it where the guy had the rust gas?
That was the second one.
Oh. Huh. I'm mixing up my games.
See, what irritates me, because I haven't played Thief yet, so I'll gloss over Thief and move on to another game that I have played.
I heartily recommend watching Bob and Threadbare's Let's Plays of it.
I'm just going to play it. It's going to happen. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Anyway, yeah.
The one I'll point out is Splinter Cell Conviction and or Splinter Cell Blacklist. As being... We were talking originally about... specifically people bitching about a sequel not being the original, because we were talking about Tales of Symphonia 2 versus 1. And so, the best example I can give of a sequel not being the original is Conviction and Blacklist versus any other one. I mean, even Double Agent kind of did it right, but in Conviction, you're less a secret agent, you're more as an assassin.
I couldn't stand Double Agent, but I loved Conviction. Conviction felt like it got just the right mix of I'm a badass sneaky guy and I'm a badass who will shoot you in the face.
But compare Conviction to the original 3 Splinter Cells. Where
totally different animals.
Completely different games in the first place. The only thing similar were the names of the characters. And then Blacklist, they took the character out. It's not even, like, it's Sam Fisher, but it isn't Sam Fisher.
There is a game that I feel is strongly reminiscent of Thief, if you want it to be. You guys have played Dishonored, right? Yeah, see?
The moment you said Dishonored, I knew immediately which one you were referring to.
And here's the other thing. You know why they're strongly reminiscent and basically the same game?
Same team?
Exactly.
Really?
Yep.
I did not... That makes sense. And I
was
love
curious if that's where you're going with that, because
out
I
of
was curious if you
Dishonored.
knew about that.
I did not know that, and I love that game. Like,
Honestly, Dishonored did a lot of things right. It showed off that the teleportation ability right off the bat, and it gave you the teleportation ability right off the bat, and that opened up so many options.
I've actually watched
every
speed
game
runs of it.
needs Blink.
But then again, also Dishonored was built around a different kind of structure.
Yeah.
Thief, even in the new ones, is all about stealth and deliberate, planning. You need to know. Well, you don't necessarily need to know what you're up against, but you need to be able to look at what's ahead of you and plan ahead. And Thief is built explicitly around that. Dishonored is all about making the most of your skills and murdering people in creative ways.
I mean,
Or not
Dishonored
murdering at
really
all.
does
Well,
want
yes.
you to plan. It really wants you to plan.
Mm.
It doesn't mandate it, but it says, hey, if you really want to do well in these levels, you should be checking things, double-checking things, plan ahead.
Right.
This room is really laggy, wow.
My first playthrough for Dishonored, the only one I've had so far, I keep meaning to go back and play it again, I just keep getting distracted, is I did the 0 kill, 0 spot run right off the bat.
Yeah.
And that was glorious. Next, I'm gonna murder the piss out of people.
Folks, I apologize for the framiness of this right now. There's really not much I can do in this room.
Like, one thing I've heard you can do, that one freaky guy at the party. By the way, Dishonored's party level apparently has won awards.
For design, so I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, which is cool, but I've heard that you can just kind of keep shocking that one guy until he dies. And that's his special kill. And you guys know
Party
exactly who I'm talking about.
That's not the party level. You're thinking of the one just a little bit before that.
Yeah, see, I'm sitting here going, at the party level, you're going after the woman.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm mixing up my levels. I'm sorry. Oh, man. I remember I got bugged out.
I haven't finished all of Dishonored, but I know enough of the levels.
I know the part in the party level, that's right. The one with where someone's supposed to go to the piano, that bugged out, and that person never went there. And that kind of sucked, so I had to do some creative things to...
Another example, I guess, of a sequel that is definitely different from the original, Hitman Absolution. Have you guys played the new one, Absolution?
I've got them all. I just...
Oddly enough, the Hitman series is a series that I never really got into, oddly enough.
That's a shame. It's a really good series.
I've played it, it's just, it never really clicked for me.
And I keep meaning to ask and keep forgetting. Nye, what would you suggest I start with for the Hitman series?
Do you want the story or do you want the mechanics?
Fun.
Well, I've never played the first 2 Hitman games. I started playing on Hitman 3 and went from there. And Hitman 3... Well, actually, that's a lie. I played Hitman 2, but only a little bit when I was really young. And I didn't play enough of it because it wasn't my style of game back then. So, Hitman Blood Money is the one that I play for fun and just for enjoyable levels of just stupidity and do-what-you-wantness.
That seems
Okay.
that meshes with what I've heard. Like most people say, they have the most fun with that one.
It just allows you to do so much. All of the Hitman games are really fantastic, kind of in general. The thing about the difference between the old ones and the new one is that the old ones, every level was self-contained. There was an overarching story between the levels, but that was about it. The game didn't go too much into, each level was its own, it was one hit, and that was it. There was no, continuous storyline in and of the level itself. Like, the story was being told outside of the level. They changed that. What they also did is they kind of... This is going to seem weird if you don't play the Hitman games. It's not going to seem like this is too much of a difference. I missed this jump up. But in the basic Hitman games, in the main ones, the game doesn't just tell you what there is that you can do in the level. It kind of just lets you do that. You get to just figure that out. Absolution lists what you're allowed to do.
I seem to recall that like part of that is sort of giving you part of it was sort of always giving you the tricks to go with it.
Yeah, it tells you the checklist of what you're allowed to do, and then just says, okay, if you want to do that, that's here. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to.
Take your pick.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, this is definitely gonna suck. Let me get here. No! Ow. I don't know if I can do this with the amount of double jumps that I have. But, I think the last thing that really irritated me about Absolution, and it's still a really good game, I definitely recommend it to people who, want to play a more modern Hitman game. The other thing that got to me was that the levels are more linear than they used to be. And by that I mean, most of the Hitman levels in previous games were big open-world levels that you got to go play in, and you just kind of did your own thing. And in Absolution, there are some of those, but there's also some extremely linear point A to B levels that just feel so weird in Hitman. They don't feel like they belong. And those levels also have the you don't actually kill someone levels, which are all, similarly weird in Hitman. So it's kind of your mileage may vary. But, personally, I'd say if you don't care about the story, if you want to just go for fun, do Hitman Blood Money. If you want to go for the story, start with 1. And I think that right there is the last item I've never picked up. So,
now, another damn good line of games that are, in theory, going to finally be being re-released soon. No One Lives Forever.
Yes, I'd heard about that. Everybody's been wanting to play that for ages, but since for the longest time its rights have been snafu'd.
No one knows where the hell they are. So
Supposedly.
the same group behind the System Shock 2 re-release is doing something really fucking awesome. They're actually abusing U.S. copyright law for good.
Ow.
They filed a copyright claim on No One Lives Forever and all related materials. So the actual owner has a
to either
limited
come
amount
forward.
of time, or it's gone and they own it now.
Huh. That's actually
And-
pretty good.
Yeah, it costs them a little bit of money, but as they've said, here's our plan. We're doing this. If they don't come forward, then we own it, and it's going on GOG. If they do come forward, we are going to hand them a garbage bag with a $sign taped to the front. And then we'll own it.
I'm not sure if that's how buying things works, but okay.
Well, it's a lot more
I
complicated
was
than
gonna say,
that, but you know what I
you,
mean.
if you were in their position, would you turn down a bag of money?
Oh, that's supposed to be a bag of money. Okay, I thought it was just a garbage bag with a $sign on it for
Hence-
an old IP.
A garbage bag is a big thing, and it can hold a lot of dollars.
Oh, I didn't know if the implication was we're just going to say give us the thing because you're not
Just
doing anything
picture
with it.
2 people in top hats, right? Hello, good sir. You have a game I wish to purchase. The No One Lives Forever series. I have here a garbage
And
bag
a bit.
full of dollar bills. Would you like for it? Why, yes, I quite would. What would you like in exchange? No One Lives Forever. Well, I haven't done shit with that in 10 fucking years. Here you go. Here's your money. Jolly good. Jolly good. I know it's not going to go down like that, but a man can dream.
And a man can dream of a better run. So, guys, we'll
See,
see you next
what-
time, and hopefully I'll get one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you soon.